Hello there, how you getting on? It's Jay here, and another Tuesday is upon us, which means another weekly reset for Destiny 2. The post-launch content hype train just keeps on rolling. We've got a new multiplayer mode to talk about, and an update surrounding the Iron Banner, so let's get right to it. This day last week saw the launch of the new PvP mode Breakthrough, which sees two teams of four attempting to seize a breaker in an attempt to unlock and gain control of the opposing team's vault. Along with Breakthrough saw an addition of several new maps. I was a little unsure as to what to expect of Breakthrough going into it, as I somehow missed any news or updates surrounding the mode in the build-up to its launch, but I quickly discovered it is essentially a mixture of Rift and Control that uses a rounds-based system. Now, I was at best cautiously optimistic going into Breakthrough for the first time. You see, I typically prefer 6 versus 6 over 4 versus 4, and I have this tendency to dislike any game mode that uses the rounds-based system. In a nutshell, I would say it's for pacing reasons. It's a very personal choice on my part, but Breakthrough caught me off guard. I was pleasantly surprised by it. It's a lot of fun, actually. Now, the word fun is very subjective, so allow me to elaborate for a moment. You see, the reason I enjoy the game mode so much is, again, it's down to pacing. Yes, it uses the rounds-based system, but those rounds, typically, win, lose, or draw, are very short, and the action is at breakneck speed. You have one single objective at any given point, and it's confined to a small space on the map, and you will have 2 minutes to accomplish the objective. So, even on day one, I noticed people were practically panicking in an attempt to just seize control of the breaker or of a vault. However, the thing that always has me most curious whenever a new PvP mode drops is what sort of meta will emerge from it. What sort of weapons, tactics, and subclasses do people use? Will it be pretty much the same as the rest of the PvP, or will it bring something unique? And as you can imagine, given how intimate Breakthrough is, how up close and personal you are with the opposing team for the majority of the match, on day one practically everyone I encountered was running shotguns or swords, but over the course of the week we saw a couple of sniper rifles and scout rifles cropping up, and of course Sleeper Stimulant was there, because Sleeper Stimulant is just everywhere. And as far as tactics goes, there are two very obvious cheeses that I noticed that you can pull off when you're attacking. If you have a Warlock with a Well of Radiance super, or a Titan with a Ward of Dawn super, you can pretty much plant them on top of the vaults, get your entire team in, and it's not a guaranteed win, but it's next to impossible to uproot someone from that unless the entire defending team has a bunch of heavy ammo and supers. But the odds of you all having enough firepower to take them out, not likely. Unfortunately, I main as a Warlock, and I have not even tried playing Forsaken with my Titan yet, and I actually don't have the Well of Radiance super. It's the last super I need to get for him. So whenever I was in a bind, I would just use the "oh no you don't" emote while standing on the vault. Well played, sir. So now I'm going to post some questions for you to answer in the comments below. What was your initial reaction to when you played Breakthrough? How long did you play Breakthrough for? And are you looking forward to when it comes back into weekly rotation? Because I had a blast with it this week, and I am really looking forward to when it crops up again. And I've only really been a Control and Mayhem guy over the course of Destiny 2's lifespan so far, so I am really happy that there is a new game mode that I'm really excited for in the Crucible. It's still early days of the mode, I do know, but I am very optimistic after playing it now. And now we've got some Iron Banner news. That's right, Iron Banner was the subject of last week's video, and here we are back at it again. Bungie have an update for us. You see, they've absorbed feedback from the community and have decided to implement changes to the weekly bounties given out by Lord Saladin. People had two main complaints about these bounties. Number one, they were too time consuming. There was nothing wrong with what they were asking you to do, it was just the amount of times you had to do them to complete the bounty was a bit excessive. For example, one of the bounties required you to get 100 precision kills. A PvP bounty looking for precision kills is completely fine, but 100 is a bit much, especially when it comes with a 7-day time limit. So they're going to take those bounties, keep them the same, but just reduce the quantity needed to complete them. And from what I've heard, the 100 precision kills will become 50 precision kills. That's still challenging, you still have to go out and do those precision kills, but it's not as insulting to your time. And there's this whole debate of respecting the player base's time and how much they should be pushed to earn the rewards, which is a topic of conversation for a totally different video, which I don't know, I might do at some point down the line. Anyway, the second thing people didn't like was what rewards those bounties dropped. So the bulk of them gave legendary gear that dropped significantly lower than your average power level. Only 2 of them gave you more powerful gear, but now all the bounties will drop powerful gear. I'm going to take a shot in the dark and guess that it's only going to be like 1 power level higher than what your average is, because if you got 7 bounties that gave you powerful gear with like 5 power level increase, that might be a bit too much of a power boost too quickly. I don't know, I could be totally wrong with that. We're gonna have to wait and see. And if you're thinking to yourself, Jay, I already know this news, it's not really new news. The reason I'm mentioning this is because in last week's video I did critique the Iron Banner, and Bungie have historically been kind of slow, especially over the course of Destiny 1, when it came to like buffs or nerfs or updates. So for them to reply this quickly, I just want to take a moment to commend them on this, and I hope this becomes the new standard, where when something like this happens within a week, they go, okay, here's a solution. It won't fix everything. The matchmaking was still wonky from what I played, and I'm still not that big a fan of Iron Banner control. I think the mode itself could do a bit of tweaking, but I do have to give Bungie the pat on the back for at least addressing the actual rewards given from the Iron Banner from this. And now I'm going to pass it off to you. What do you think of these changes to the Iron Banner bounties? Do you like them, or do you think it's too much powerful gear? I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Yes, this video is a bit shorter than my typical videos, but I knew, especially with the Iron Banner news, I was repeating stuff that's been out for a couple of days anyway, and stuff you probably knew anyway. It's important for me that if I critique something and then it's addressed, that I mention it's been addressed, because like, where's the incentive to fix any wrongs that people feel have been done to them if people are just going to totally ignore what you do for them to remedy that? So again, kudos to Bungie, fair play to getting on top of that so quickly. Anyway, like this video if you enjoyed it. Feel free to share it with any of your friends who play Destiny. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, the link to that will be in the description. Check out all my other content, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Cheers.